Hey everyone, Mortgage Nerd here. In case you missed it, here's my interview with Irama Valdes, probate, guardianship, and estate planning attorney. Check it out. I guess give me a case, a crazy probate case that you've had.
The craziest case actually has all three.
Okay.
So, let's see. It was a mom and dad, and they created an estate plan. And part of their estate plan, they had a trust. So a trust is another estate planning tool where you can fund this trust, and it kind of operates with you, but out, separately from your assets. And it also has provisions that state exactly what happened if someone passes away or if they're incapacitated. So we had a mom and dad, and they had a trust. And unfortunately, although they went ahead and they did the estate planning, they didn't completely fund the trust. So there was a life insurance policy that named the two minor children, as beneficiaries. So the kids that they had, I think, were 5, 7, and 13 at the time when mom and dad passed away in an accident. And the trust stated that maternal grandfather managed the trust assets, and maternal grandfather should also be appointed the guardian for the 3 minor children. Unfortunately, he did not choose wise representation, and that person, the attorney that he was represented by before we came into play, put maternal grandfather and paternal aunt together as guardians. And in the beginning, they got along and everything, but in the end, they were fighting as to who should have guardianship over the kids, who should have control over the children's assets. And in the guardianship, there were about $500,000 for each child. And it only caused 2 guardianships to be open, even though there were 3 children. When the oldest of the children turned 18, maternal grandfather, thinking he was doing the right thing, told the 18-year-old, hey, you need to give your sister some money. And giving that 7-year-old at that time, I think it was, or maybe 8, money caused another guardianship to be opened. So at this point, everyone was fighting. A guardian ad litem had to be appointed to represent the interests of the children, and really it was the children who ended up losing, because the money to pay the attorneys comes from the guardianships. So not only is it important to have an estate plan created, but it's important to make sure that it's up to date, that it's properly funded, that all the T's are crossed and I's are dotted, because anything that goes wrong can cost your children or your loved ones thousands of dollars.
So I shouldn't just go online and find one of these and just fill in the gaps and say, hey, I have a trust?
Sure, that would be wonderful. No, definitely not. I'm not saying that there are wonderful, simple estate planning forms, but would you handle your own plumbing or electrical issues? I don't do it.
I pour the stuff down the drain.
If your pipes burst, would you do that?
No.
No.
Hey, I hope you liked that Mortgage Nerd interview. Remember to share, forward, subscribe. Watch our videos. Watch our interviews. Maybe you want to be part of the interviews. Phil Stevenson, Mortgage Nerd. Till next time.